Alright, Shalom. Like to say all praises due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to all you brothers teaching in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Underneath the standard and the banner of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Alright. This is Top of York, GMS Boston. I got a quick little sit down, all right? Because now that BLM movement, okay, has put Jake, all right, 2/3 of you Israelites in the bind now, okay, and without even realizing what you're asking for, okay. On them Black Lives Matter signs, you had a thing that appeared out of nowhere called defunding the police department. All right. Which it sounds good. All right. It sounds great. But you don't know what you just did. Okay. Basically, you're asking for a department with no bounds to the police department to be upon you, okay? And I'm just going to read a couple of scriptures right out the gate, man, because you got to understand who set up all this. This is George Soros doing, okay? So we're going to get right to the meat of the situation. George Soros set up BLM. Now they're being looked at as a terroristic group, okay, for the chaos that ensued upon the streets during the protest that was supposed to be peaceful. And you played right into Esau's hand, man. So playing into Esau's hand, you set yourself up for another booby trap without even looking, all right? And I'm just going to bring out, the scriptures, man. Okay. Grab this one. Salaki brothers. Second Corinthians, all right, 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, so the plan that suddenly appeared in these BLM marches is defunding the police. It sounds good. Like I said at the beginning, it sounds great. Okay, but now you have assigned agency that's going to be brand new, that's not a part of the law enforcement community. All right. And going into these times, all right, you're going to see when I read the article, all right, what it means. So I'm going to pull up the article now, right, and read a few things. It says, and the headline reads, Boston is cutting $10 million from the police department and making significant reforms. Here's everything you need to know. All right. Because they declared racism a health crisis. Okay, Salaki brothers. Says Wash office said that the mayor will resubmit his budget proposal for the upcoming fiscal year on Monday, which will officially redirect the aforementioned 12 million from the police department to social services. A quarter of the reallocated money, or 3 million, will go to the city's health commission to fulfill the intent of Wash executive order and address social determinants of health, according to the mayor's declaration. The strategic includes, okay, let's look up this word right here. It says in linear algebra, determinant is a scalar value that can be computed from the elements of a square matrix and encodes certain properties of the linear transformation described by the matrix. The determinant of a matrix A is noted. Let's read what it. The determinant is useful for solving linear equations, capturing high linear transformation, change area or volume, and changing variables and integrals. I can't even say the word. Integrals. The determinant can be viewed as a function whose input is a square matrix and whose output is a number. Okay. Of health, according to Mayor's declaration, the strategic includes. Okay, so just seeing that in itself, it's a mathematical equation of what you Negroes, okay, 2/3 of our people are about to get caught up in. Because this is where defunding is going to, this is what defunding is going to produce, okay? And you got to read in between the lines, because Esau, he likes to word things in a way that you don't understand, but it sounds good to you. And I'm going to bring that scripture out too. It says, create policy solutions to dismantle systematic racism and barriers to public health by evaluating current policies and using data to drive change. Okay, so as you know, Donald Trump, he has the ultimate plan on, getting this vaccine out with the armed forces. All right. It's already been said that the population that they fingered, okay, as hot spots, okay, which are Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans areas, are going to be the first to get the vaccinations. All right. So that's your in between the line right there. Okay. They want to all of a sudden help and aid us in healthcare. These devils, man, you gotta watch them. They tricky. They tricky. It says develop a Boston Health Equity Now plan that includes clear objectives and measurable goals to address the root cause of the inequities that cause disparities in health outcomes. Engage historically marginalized communities to identify problem, solution, and support a community-driven response. All right. So then now also, okay, as you might have seen the video of the officers going to the, I don't know what country they're from. They looked like they were in some type of Latin country, or maybe it was America. Maybe they just was immigrants. I don't know. I don't have the video. The video was taken down. But these officers barged in there and told them they have to come with them to the hospital to get tested. Okay, and this is what defunding is going to do. Now it's not going to be an officer there. Now it's going to be this special assigned unit. Okay, that's all about health. Okay, all about health, underneath the guise of health, to come and take you out, take you to a internment camp, take you to the doctor, take you to go get vaccinated, take you and hold you until you get vaccinated, or probably just come around and try to vaccinate you in your house, man. Because that's not going to be an officer's duty. See what defunding has got you? Okay? It has got a special kill squad, so to speak, to come door to door because they have time to. You see? This is what defunding is going to get you. So you just open up a whole nother can of whoop ass. Okay? Along with the so-called white man's help or aiding you in the BLM marches. Okay? All of a sudden, defund the police department popped up with the help of George Soros. Okay? Negroes didn't have that idea. That's a politician idea, or a person that was a paid agent provocateur given to him or assigned to him by the left hand side of the government, man. Okay, because it's all going in accordance to what they say is about to happen, man. Okay, says require public reporting of race and ethnicity data that documents health inequities in Boston by working with hospitals and Commonwealth of Massachusetts to access this critical information. All right, analyze data to better understand the interconnectedness of social, environmental, and behavioral factors that contribute to the impact of racism and access to jobs, food, housing, transit, and education. Okay, so they're not looking at themselves as being the racist. They're going to be looking at the BLM for being racist. Okay, see, they're going to try to flip this whole thing back on the so-called black man and woman as we started the problem. Okay, and they're going to be paid to come in. All right, this special group. It won't be the cops coming anymore. It'll be this special group that they're getting ready to rev up, man. Okay, because it's said in other reports already that police are going to be defunded but not taken away. So what's going to happen is the police are going to stay on their assigned duty. They're going to be a hit squad too. Okay, when the problem can't be de-escalated by this certain group that's coming in to talk people down or to come at a peaceful angle. When the police arrive, man, it's going to be like the SWAT team. And their comment is going to be, oh, we tried to handle it peacefully. We sent out the peace officers first. You know, the person attacked the peace officers, so we came in with deadly force. You see? You niggas, man, you niggas going hand in hand with the white man has brought you to your demise, man. And I'm going to bring out the scripture. Don't worry. Develop services. No, 6. Improve access to prevention and treatment that is culturally and linguistically competent. Okay. So this is supposed to be the upside of it. When they send these people in, they're going to be your people. They're going to talk to you plain and direct and to the point. Okay. And if you don't comprehend what they're saying, then they will call the police. And the police is not coming in an effort of, well, let's try to work this out. You sit down and be, no, because that first team that comes is those police, or not the police, but is that team assigned to peace administrations between citizens. Okay. Verse 7, develop services and programs to address the negative impact these inequities have had on specific populations. Advocate at the state and federal level for policies and funding opportunities that directly combat systematic racism. Okay? So I just wanted to read those points off real quick because those points are not good points, man. Those points are hiding, Esau's wickedness. All right? Let's get that real quick. Let me get that. You see how crafty this devil is, man. And if you don't pay attention, man, he'll take your life. This is Michael 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hands. So you Jake, man, y'all gotta wisen up, man. When you're doing something, have this devil nowhere around you, man. Nowhere. Because he's not for your turn, like it says in let me get that too. All right? Because you could clearly see that this is the setup, defund the police department. We don't want the police department running in there, guns blazing, when it could have been worked out. And that's understandable, you see. But what they're gonna do, they're gonna put a divide in between the warriors, okay, and the how can you say it? Just like in the movie 300, okay, before the warriors came, they sent the emissary first, okay, and he was talking to Leonidas' men at the wall, okay. It didn't get violent until Leonidas' men chopped off his arm, and then the troops came, okay. This is the same setup that they're getting ready to do to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. Okay? What you just did was just split the police department in half. They're going to come with the emissary team first. And then after the emissary team doesn't get the reaction or response that's needed from you, then they will call in the troops. And they will bash your head in. Okay? That's all to it, man. That's what defunding the police have got you, man. Okay, they just took the money from a whole department, and they're gonna break it down into two sides of one department, man. That's it. Emissary team, then the warriors second. That's it. So Jake better get ready, man. They getting ready to come down like a flood, man. They just split the opposition in two. That's the only thing they did, man. Yeah, let me get that scripture. Going to Wisdom of Solomon, 2nd chapter. Real quick. I'm just going right to the point. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2:11. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. And you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American, okay, y'all are feeble in this land because this devil, like you just seen, that defunding thing, that's a different grievous decree, man. Unrighteous decree, okay. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn. That's right. That's exactly what Esau is saying. And he is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraided us with our offending the law and object to our infamy, the transgression of our educations, transgressions of our education. All right, and that's basically what it is, man. We are objective to their white supremacy now. We are objective to their systematic racism. All right, we're upbraiding all the things that Esau have laid down for him to gain progress. Okay, and he doesn't like that. All right, so the end result of that is going to be bashing and head cracking. That's it. And it's coming, man. It's coming fast, and it's not going to slow down, man. It's just going to be, that's what it's going to be. Okay, let me just get this and then close it out, man. It's not much, but hey, Jake then put themselves in a worst case scenario. Even more to the point now. This is Ecclesiastes 12:10, and mind you, the ones that was yelling defund the police, okay, the Edomites, the so-called white man. All right, that's what you get for letting them join hand in hand in something that was supposed to be for your people. Okay, it says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed. Okay, so that posture that they set themselves in, we're gonna march for Black Lives Matter. That posture is what got you to this defunding now, and they have an emissary team getting ready to come to your house first. Okay, and if you slam the door in their face, or if you tell them to get the F out of here, or if you put your hands on that emissary team, because they probably won't have guns, they probably just have tasers. Okay, but then they're not going to be able to use it, man. Okay, because they're supposed to be only a talking team first. All right, and if you don't comply, bye-bye. That's it. Once the team get there, they gonna roll on you. Okay, it says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. All right, meaning that he's always going to be the same, just like the Lord said in the scriptures. You know, who can turn a crooked thing straight? Not a one. Okay, set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Okay, so you got to look at how they laid it down, man. You know, how they postured up in the Black Lives movement. Okay, they postured up in there. They oh, we care about black people. You'll see. All right, yeah, you'll see by the time the scripture is over. Said he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. Okay, and that's how Jake should have been thinking all the time. But Jake got this complex, man, of them want to be accepted by the so-called white man. Now, I've been on this earth for 42 years. All right, and I know every time Jake gets a little foothold, they change the game up. Okay, they change it up, man, because they don't want us to ever overdo them. Okay, or be at the same pace with them, because they know that we'll overtake them, because mentally and physically and spiritually we are the best, man. Okay, so they don't want that. That's why they have to come at you with crafty counsel. They dumbed us down with their food system, so we don't know the meaning of words. That's number one. Okay, that's what they did. But when you come into this truth, man, the Lord tells you, look up everything, man. Be circumspect. You know, make your search diligent. Okay. That's how you be pricked therewith. The words that's in these scriptures, man. Okay. I'm just going to skip down to the point, man. Ecclesiastes keep on reading. Ecclesiastes 12:13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? And that's what you do when you let them into your organization, when you march with them, when you do include them in your plans. All right, just know they're gonna flip on you, man. All right. So one that goes to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. And you're gonna see all them crackers, all them so-called Black Lives Matters protesters that was Esau Edom. They can go home. They go home and they all set, man. The thing that's about to happen is not going to happen in their neighborhood per se, but it's going to happen in those designated hot zones, okay, that Esau Edom has already mapped out with this COVID-19 BS, okay? And this plan is deep, man. It goes way deeper than the average eye can see, man. So that's why the men of the Lord are out here on the highways and byways telling you what's happening, because we are the only men that's on the watchtower telling you these things, man. Somebody else will read that little statement that I read in that article and they'll be like, oh, everything's fine. See, we got what we wanted. Yeah, you're going to get what you don't want. And that's always the way that Esau Edom operates. Okay? An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips. All right? Just like the little article that I read, the points in it, they sound sweet, man. But in his heart, he imagined how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Okay? And goes all back into that BLM marching, man. Okay? With the signs, defund the police. You idiots. If they defund the police, you gotta ask yourself what entails it being defunded, like, and I told it right there, and it doesn't sound good to me. It sounds real bad. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. And you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that believe in that BLM movement, you have been undermined and set in a position where you can't get out of. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance. Okay? So they out there asking for the special hit squad. That's why Esau Edom was marching with you with those defund the police department signs. Okay? It's for your hurt, man. He's not for our turn. And basically, Jake is about to find out the hard way. But I just wanted to bring out that little article, man, and let it be known. Esau Edom, he ain't playing on your team. Okay? For all you people out there that was with the so-called white man marching with you, just know that if this devil does anything, it's not for your good. It's all for him. So with that, I want to say all praises due to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.